Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the lecture number 3. Lecture number 3. Lecture number 3. The title of the lecture is here about those, yes, we're talking about medical, what is it here? Medical team or medical staff. This is the lecture number 3. Lecture number 3. المحاضرة الثالثة. Today what we are going to explain the medical team inside of the hospital or medical places. Today I'm talking about the medical staff. We are going to discuss about number 1 here. We discuss about the medical staff and their own definitions. Now we are going to start number 1. Number 1 we have surgeon. A surgeon, this is a medical word. Surgeon, this is specialized. What is a surgeon? Is a specialist. Yes, specialist in. Is a specialist in performing surgery. Or we say surgery operations. This is the definition. The person who will perform a surgery operation is a surgeon. Is a surgeon. You should know the difference between the words here. We have the word of surgery. This is a noun. That means a surgery to do something. A surgeon is a person here. Surgeon is a person or a doctor who perform a surgery or operation. This is just only we discuss this one here that we call what is a surgery. What is surgeon? Is specialist in performing surgery. You should try to make it easy to read it or to do it in this way. Look here. Let's go to the second job here. Number 2. Number 2 we're talking about what is it here? Dentist. As we say, this is a dent is a Latin word or a medical word. What's the meaning of dent here? Look, the word of dent here means tooth. This is English word here, and this is a Latin word, dentist. Dentist. Here, a dentist is a specialist. A specialist in what? Dentist is a specialist in on a disease of teeth. Or is a person who take care of what is it here? Is a person who take care of, yes, take care of what? Take care of what is it here? Take care of patients. Dentist here is specialist in disease of teeth. Or is a person who takes care of patients' teeth. This is number what? Number 2. And this is a driven from a Latin word. Now let's discuss number 3. A job or a team number 3. This we see medical team, or sometimes we call it here medical staff. Medical staff here. Number 3 we call it, what is it here? We have another one here is nurse. Oh, nurse. Nurse work in a hospital also. Nurse is a person. A nurse is a person who what is it? Who helps. This is general. We have so many kind of nurses as you study them in previous term about those who are a physician assistant or a nursing. Here helps who? Helps doctors. Help doctors and takes care of patients. Take care of patients. This is the second one here. We have studied and we are going to tell it. What is it here? Nurse is a person who helps doctors and takes care of patients. Take care of patients. Now let's go to a third or the fourth. The stuff of the person here. This is we have in here. We have, for example, nor. As we said, we have a medical terminology and how we talk. This is the word of nor. And we sit here, we have, for example, here. This is the Latin words and the English words. Here, for example, this is the term here. And here is the meaning in English. Look here. It's easy to understand here. Yes, we are going to discuss about the Latin words. For example, number one, here we have a dent. Dent is a Latin word here. Dent or denture, this is a combining form. But dent here means tooth or teeth here. This is a Latin word and here the meaning. What's the meaning? Here English. English meaning, the meaning of the words or a term in English. Neurologist. Neurologist mean, as we said before, we have the word of logi. Look here. We have a logi here, means just only here is the suffix. This means study of or science of. But here, logist, when you add ist, that's we change it to the measure, to the measures in this case. So look here, the second one here, we have nor. Yeah, because here, when we have E and U, as I told you before, we don't pronounce A, we just only pronounce what is it here, U as a sound here. That means no, nor, means here nor or neuro, that means combining form, mean nerve. This is what is it? A nerve. Nerve or nerves. What is a nerve? As a specialist. Specialist in nerves. A nurse. The nerves is that disease. Nerves, disease. This is a very simple here to now then. So now we are going to discuss 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you see nor here, it's a derivation from a Latin word. From a Latin words. What the Latin words here nor? Nor mean here what is that? A nerve. A nerve in English. Nerve in English. Now let's go to number 5. Number 5. Or the fifth one. Number 5 here we have cardiologist. As you see here is different. Sometimes we change the word of logi. Logi is a science or study. This is as a suffix here. And we change y here. Logist to change y to I and add s. To change it to what is that? To the measures or to a specialist. Here cardiologist is a specialist in disease. Yes, disease of what? Disease of the heart and blood disease and blood vessels. In the heart and blood vessels. Disease of the heart and blood vessels. In this case here, we explain it very simple and very easy, but you should to understand the Latin words here. The third Latin words here, we have the word of here. We come to the cardi. Cardi mean what is it here? In English, the meaning is heart, and we are going to write here in the chart. Cardi or cardio was the meaning here. The meaning heart. Look for this. Here we have a medical words or medical terms. The combinations that we say is a root. Dent mean tooth. Nor mean nerve. Cardi mean heart. Mean heart. Don't see hurts. Hurts because it's something pain. It's different words. So we should to understand this jobs here. Again. We stop here and again. Again about what here? Look, our lecture is a medical team. And this is the topic number 3 or lecture 3. Number 3. Lecture 3. The title of the lecture, medical team or staff Medical team. Number 1, we have surgeon. What is the surgeon? Surgeon is specialist in performing surgery or surgery operation. Number 2 here, dentist, as we said here, it consists of 2 bars here from the dent and s. Here the meaning of this here that we say is specialist in disease of teeth. Then let's go to number 3. Number 3 here, nurse is just only a general word, a general English word, is not driven from a Latin word. Here that we see, nurse is a person who helps doctors and takes care of patients. Then let's go to number 4. Here we have neurologist. Here just only we have O between them, as we told you here. For example, when it comes to say like here and here we have logist. Here this is what is this here? Here is a root and here is a suffix. What is it here? Here is a suffix. But here we should to insert O. Insert O. ندخل حرف الأو here as a combining. This is a vowel, combining vowel between, what is it? Between root and suffix. Then we see neurologist. Why we insert O here? To help us how we pronounce or articulate the words correct. The words correct. Here just only we can do it in this way. This we take, yes, because the medical terms consist of a symbol bars. Symbol bars. What are the symbol bars here? This is a root, this is what is at the suffix, and this is what is it here? A combining vowel, but I write a C. V. C stands for combining and T stands for vowel. Okay, let's back again here. Just we're talking about the word or the term histology. We said here this histology that we change it or divide it to 3 syllables or 3 parts. The number 1 we see hist, that we call it, what is it here? Root. Then we have a logi here as a suffix. Here we need to divide it because logi means science or study of. And O, this is we call it combining vowel. Because we see C here stands for combining and V means vowel. But this is we analyze this term from the structure, Then we are going to analyze the term from the meaning or its meaning. Here, for example, we're talking about the one here, the second one here that we see histology. That means tissues or tissue, and here logi means study of or science of. When you come to read the term, we read it from backward to the forward. We study the study of tissue. We can write it here. You can see the study of tissue. This is just only how we are going to start. Tissue. How we are tissues. This is just only the meaning of the term here. Here we're talking about the measure. It's not a science. The measure is different when we change. We said we have the term logi here. When we change it here from a science to a specialist, we change Y to I, like logi. Then Y here, we change it to I and add ST. Here in this case, this is a science, this is a measure. It's clear? Okay. Now let's ask to transfer to the job number 7. Number 7 here. We're talking about, what is it here? About another measure. We're talking about hemat. Hemat, this is a Latin word, like here, hist, that you see it's a tissue. And here hemat means blood. When we're talking about the person who are specialized or specialist in blood, we call it hematologist. Hematologist, what is it, hematologist? This is a measure, but when you come talking about hemat alone, here we have hemat, O, and logist, we have 3 parts for this term. Here, hematologist is a specialist in disease of blood. But it's most of the time those who are lab technicians, they work in blood bank, or they know more about the blood disease. Here, and if we come to analysis this term or this words by a simple way. Look up here, and we are going to analyze the term here. And this is that we say job or a person. But when we're talking about the science, we change it from hematologist to hematology. But here, look, this is hematologist. Here is a major in this case. When we come to analyze this term, we say hemat, bird, or a bird. Logist is another bird. Hemat means here road. And logist here, what is it? Is a suffix. Here just only we. And O here is a combining vowel because this link between a road and suffix. Link between a road and the suffix here. It's just this is a linking. And I told you before what is CV stand for. C means combining. And V mean here a vowel letter O that combining between those terms. So this is from the structure. Then from the meaning here, hemat mean blood or blood disease, and here logist specialist in. When we come to read the term, we read it from the backward to the forward. Specialist in blood. Here, if we write it, we can say specialist or specialist in blood. Blood, what is it here? In blood disease. Here just only this is the meaning all the terms. Look for it, it's very big term here. But when we come to analysis, we analyze this term to the simple way. Now let's ask to look for another term here that we say number 8. Number 8, this is one of the medical terms, and all these different from, as I said, from a Latin, except the word of nurse, because it's an English word, and the word of surgeon also is an English word. But the other, they are different from a Latin words. Number 9, after hematology, we have cytologist. What is a cytologist? Because here sat means cell. Cytologist is specialist in disease of cells. And we have so many cells. We have red blood cells, white blood cells, and we have platelets. But just only here we're talking about cytology or cytologist. When you come to analysis this term, it's the same way to follow the structure and the meaning. Look here when you come to analysis this term in the side, and we're looking for what are the parts here. For example, as you see here, as I told you before, set. Look here, and we have here heaven before it. This is a suffix. But when you have sato, like this is what is that? This is a row. This is a different. Here we see suffix what, but here we can see what is it here is a row. They are a difference here in structure. Look here for the term, and we are going to analyze this term and say what's happened here. Look for, we have sato. Low chest. You can't say setlogist because here no combining. This helps us to pronounce o, articulate the words correct. Here we have sat, o, logist. Here we have 3 parts here, or 3 structures. Number 1 here, when you come see sat here, that's mean wrote here. And logist here, what is it here? Is a suffix words. And O here is a combining vowel. And we explain C means combining and V mean vowel here. Let's ask to come to, this is the structures. Here come to the meaning of the words here. What's the meaning of sat? Means cell or cells. Logist here mean specialist and. Specialist and when you come to read the term, we read it from the backwards to the forwards and sometimes to across. But here just only you have suffix and root. We come from the back to in front. For example, specialist in cells and cells. This is just only the term. And here when we write it, we see cytologist is specialist in disease of cells. Here, let's ask to revise this again by a simple way. And we say you understand it well. Here we have number one, surgeon. What is a surgeon? Is a doctor. Is doctor of what? We have just only, as I told you before, doctors is a general word. General word. But surgeon, he has his major specialist to do it. Here surgeon is specialist in performing. Performing means doing. Performing, or we can say here, doing. Doing what? Surgery or operations. It's number one. Number two, we have dentist. Dentist, this is a word consists of two words. Dent is a Latin word that dent means tooth. And ist, that means well, is a suffix, but we add it for the word to change it from a noun to another noun, but from a science to a measure. The dentist is a specialist in disease, illnesses of teeth. Or sometimes you see dentist is a person who takes care of patient's teeth. Number three, nurse. Nurse is a person who helps doctors and takes care of patients. He works inside of the hospital, helps doctors, and take care of patients in so many or different kind of ways. So let's go to number four. Four, we have neurologist. Neurologist. Here sometimes we don't pronounce A as silent letters in the word. We have a rules that we give it to you in the first semester. That's help you how to pronounce the words correct. Here neurologist is specialist in nerves disease. Nerves disease. And neur here mean nerve. Number five, cardiologist. Cardi mean heart. Oh, this is combining. Logist is a suffix, but we see cardiologist. Cardiologist is a specialist in disease of the heart and blood vessels. Blood vessels. Then number six, major number six is histologist. As you see, hist is a Latin word or root. That means tissue, and logist specialist, and always combining between a root and suffix. But so the meaning of histologist is specialist in histology or tissues disease. Number seven, hemat. Hemat also is a root here. What's the meaning? Meaning blood in English. Logist is a specialist. Here, hematologist is a specialist in disease of the blood. And the number eight, cytologist. Sat here means cell. This is English, and sat is a Latin. And we told you sat, satu. Sat, sometimes it can be a suffix, and sometimes be a root is followed by slash and o. That we call it combining form. Here, cytology is a specialist in disease of cells, and we give you some analysis here, how to analyze the words like histologist. We see hist. Yes, cytologist, that we see sat mean root, and logist is a suffix here, O is a combining vowel, and we see C stand for combining, and V stand for vowel. And here the meaning is site means cell, and logist means specialist in. When we read this term, we see specialist in. And what is it here? In cells or cells disease. Cells disease. Now let's go to number 9. By the way, yes, this is the lecture number 3. This is the lecture number 3 for today. And this is the lecture is enough for you to understand it easily. By the way, thank you very much for your listening. If you have any question, you can email me or you can call me. My email is rajstar76@gmail.com. Thank you very much.